As a kid, all a nigga wanna have was a Burberry scarf and $3 in my pocket. Instead I got beat with a switch, but I don't give a fuck, but it's on my body. Scars all up on me, but I run around from everybody. Life lesson learned, I better learn from this bitch, nobody. She pushed me around, she didn't give no motherfucks about it. She broke my heart 3 times, but I ain't getting...
The New York Jets are going to be at home taking on the Buffalo Bills. And for the Buffalo Bills, man, this is a really important game. This is a game that the Buffalo Bills must win. Because a couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about how I felt that the Buffalo Bills were legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Okay? Josh Allen was playing like an MVP candidate. The Buffalo Bills were looking really good. And ever since I made that video, the Buffalo Bills have really let me down. Josh Allen has played terrible in their last 2 games against Tennessee and Kansas City. And I mean, Buffalo just simply hasn't looked all that good against some of the best teams in the NFL. Now, this is my mistake because maybe I hopped the fence too early on Buffalo. Maybe I should have waited to see what they did against Tennessee and Kansas City. But I still have a lot of confidence in this team going forward. And this game versus the New York Jets is a good opportunity for the Buffalo Bills to kind of get some momentum and kind of get their season back on the right track, because this is the last easy game that Buffalo has. Okay, because after this game against the New York Jets, they have to face the New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks, Arizona, the LA Chargers. Even though the LA Chargers don't have the best of record right now, with the way Justin Herbert and that Chargers team has been playing, I think they're going to be a really serious threat in the later half of this season for a lot of teams. You also got to face the 49ers. You got to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then you have to match up against the New England Patriots for the second time this season. So for Buffalo, I mean, after this game against the New York Jets, man, your schedule gets really complicated. The Buffalo Bills, in my opinion, pretty much have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL after this game against the New York Jets, man, because you have a lot of teams right now that are most likely going to be in the playoffs. Like, you play potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams who could potentially be in the playoffs this season come playoff time that you have to face in your next couple of games. So for Buffalo, man, this is a game that you should take to kind of get your team in the right direction. And with Buffalo, man, against Kansas City, against Tennessee, you got dominated up front in both of those games. Okay, you couldn't run the football, you couldn't stop the run, and Josh Allen simply hasn't looked like the Josh Allen we saw at the beginning of the season. Okay, he looked really bad against Tennessee, he looked really bad against Kansas City. And listen, I can understand with the weather conditions and things like that, they weren't really ideal. But I mean, if Patrick Mahomes was able to have the game that he was able to have, then it's no excuse for the way Josh Allen performed last week. And also, this Buffalo Bills defense, they need to step up as well. The linebackers haven't really played great. I know Milano has missed a couple of games with an injury, but I mean, Edmonds hasn't played great. The whole entire Buffalo Bills secondary hasn't played great. It's just a lot of things that Buffalo needs to fix. And I think this is the perfect opportunity for the Buffalo Bills to fix those problems that they have against New York Jets, a team that really can't get anything going. I mean, the New York Jets are barely scoring any points on the offense. Their defense isn't great, even though their defense has forced a couple of turnovers here and there against, you know, a couple of opponents. But overall, man, this is a game that Buffalo should come in here and take care of business. Now, if you are a Jets fan, I mean, you got a Buffalo Bills team that right now isn't looking good. This is a Buffalo Bills team that right now is kind of on the ropes right now. They lost 2 games straight. So, I mean, for the New York Jets, man, maybe you can come in here and get your first win of the season because this is your divisional foe. So, I mean, hey, maybe Adam gets able to pull out some magic. Maybe Buffalo has another off game that they really can't stop the run. But in all seriousness, I'm going to take Buffalo to win this game. It's not really anything too in-depth I can say to drag out this video, so I'm not going to make it longer than what it has to be. I mean, listen, Buffalo is favored to win this game by a good margin. So, I mean, for Buffalo, man, this is a good chance to get your defense back in the right direction because you're facing the New York Jets offense that can barely score a touchdown, that can barely sustain drives, that can barely even pick up first downs. You got an incompetent head coach in Adam Gase. And Buffalo's offense is facing a New York Jets defense that has been really good at, forcing turnovers, but their defense, other than that, hasn't really been able to get a lot of stops. And Buffalo really needs to get something going on offense because they've had scored 17 to 16 points in their last 2 games. So this is a must-win game for the Bills. Need to win this game because after this game, you're not going to get no more gimmies. We're really going to see just how good this Buffalo Bills team is after this game when they face the Patriots, Seahawks, Cardinals, Chargers, 49ers, Steelers, and the Patriots once again for the second time this year. So I'm taking Buffalo to win this game. I think Buffalo wins this game. 34-10 is my final score prediction in this game. I'm taking Buffalo.